I guess I can optimize program. So let's start with the slide. What is the problem? The problem is business cards, and either you have too many of them or you don't have them. So anybody who's gone to a conference probably come back with something looking like this. I know most people in this room probably have been to a conference. That's the way it goes. You meet 2 dozen people, and you're so excited to have these great new people in your network. But the reality is, you don't want to take the time to go through that stack one by one. You follow up individually, remember exactly who the person is and where did I meet them, why they're relevant to me, and then go through and enter in the name and the number and the email address you have typed into your phone, then also into your email client, and if you use something like Salesforce or Outlook or one of those softwares. It's a lot of work. The reality is most people just don't do it. They don't go through the time and don't spend the energy to follow up with every single contact. They don't want to use a stack like this. On the other side of the spectrum, most people in this room probably don't have business cards. And there's no real accepted professional alternative to business cards right now. If I want to give you my contact information or we meet in the social setting, there's no real easy way for me to do that. So we thought we could do better. So this slide just illustrates real fast the process comparing a paper business card to Feathr. So, like I said, Feathr is a smartphone application. The idea is we can digitally automate all this work. So currently, to receive a business card, you have to carry around your pocket, keep track of it, you have to sort it, put it in your piles or in your binder or whatever you do. You have to manually enter the data for all these different contacts, again, into your phone and email client separately, most likely, and possibly a third thing as well if you use Salesforce, etc. Then you have to either follow up individually with all these people, or if you don't remember who they are exactly, you have to look them up on Google or find them on LinkedIn, etc. And it's just a lot more time and energy spent to remember exactly what is the context, where did I meet this person, and why did I talk to them, why did I take their card home, is it worth the time to follow up? So again, you have to create an individual follow-up message, and then you have to remember in the future if they don't respond, or you said, can you set a reminder in your calendar or set it through your email, and how are you going to follow up again, how are you going to stay in touch? And the point is, with a digital solution, we can automate this entire process. So you digitally send someone your Feathr profile, and it will automatically sync with your address book. You can push it out to your email client, push it out to your Salesforce automatically. With one click, you can call, email, or text them right from the profile. You have one click to save it to your phone. It has more information, has more context. It can track automatically where and when you receive the card. It will have their picture, it can have their social networks plugged into it, etc. And on top of that, it's easy to search, sort, and filter these contacts automatically. You can add in tags, you can filter them by date, etc., without having to spend the time to put in all that information yourself. So this is an example. This is an earlier mock-up from about a month ago, so it's a lot prettier now than it was then. But this is an example of what a Feathr profile can look like. It has your picture, your basic info, it has big bright buttons, very easy to click. It's mobile optimized. The idea is making it very touch-friendly. A lot of other people are doing similar solutions, there's Bump and there's a couple other ones, but a lot of them are trying to make a digital business card. That's kind of a misnomer if you think about it, because a business card evolved as a solution before digital was anything, it was just paper and had information on it, easy to pass around. So we're building a digital solution to the contact information exchange problem. It's an alternative to business cards. We're not trying to recreate business cards. That's why we have a touch-first, mobile-optimized UI. The point is making it easy to interact with on your phone. So again, this information you can put on it, social networks, etc. has several advantages over paper business cards. It's easy to share. From a user to a non-user, this is the biggest problem that most other solutions currently have. Bump, both people have to have installed ahead of time. There's a couple other ones, Card Cloud, CardClick, I don't know if any of you have heard of them, but essentially they all require both parties to have it installed ahead of time. And that's a big problem. When you're a startup company, nobody's going to use your application. You have to drive them kicking and screaming to make them download it. So we want to make it as easy as possible for me, a Feathr user, to share it to you, a non-Feathr user, and you don't have to download Feathr to get my info. Just like giving you a card, you don't have to do anything with it. So I should be able to send you my information without you having to download or set up and make an account, this and that. So what we get around that is we can text you a link, so I can just type in your number rather than all your information. We'll send you a link. You can launch that link, and then on your mobile browser, so in Safari or in the Android browser, it will have a full screen interactive, the same thing, and look and feel exactly the same as a native app. It's just running through your browser. And then from there, it will prompt you. You can download Feathr and make a real account if you want to. But if not, you can just easily one-click download it to your phone. It will make a new contact, and that's it. You never have to touch Feathr again. The point is, we want to get around that problem, requiring both parties to have it installed ahead of time. But if you do both have it installed ahead of time, it's even easier, because if we're both have Feathr open, we're both next to each other, through our GPS, it will pop up and show that Alexis has Feathr. He's right next to me. I can just click his name, and then it'll pop up on his screen, so it's even easier. Again, the one-click action is one click to contact email, one click to save to your phone, and one click to go to the social networks or to the website, whatever you plugged into your profile. So again, other benefits, organization, like I said, search, sort, and tag with a digital solution. It's very easy to do that. Always up to date. If I change my information, if I change my job, if my number changes, it'll automatically push that to you if I've given you my Feathr profile in the past. It's very easy to take notes directly on the card. We built that functionality in from day one. And again, it will track the date and time that you received the card initially. So it just gives you more of that information and context.
The cloud benefits, you can edit your info at any time. Again, me editing it will push it out to you automatically, so I don't have to reprint cards and carry them around with me. I can have multiple cards with me at any given time, so if I'm a student and I work at a startup and I also have a job somewhere else, I can make a card for each one. Depending on who you are, I might give you a different set of information. Also, you might want to have a more social leaning one versus a more professional leaning one if you're a student giving your friends versus giving a potential employer. And again, you always have your card on you because everybody always carries their smartphone on them. You don't want to worry about having cards or things like that. So the market, these numbers are actually a little bit out of date. Nielsen just released a new study, but over 62% of people 18 to 24 and 66% of 25 to 34 have smartphones now. The point is, it's a huge market and growing rapidly. Exponential growth of smartphones in the last 3 years has been ridiculous, and it's just continuing more so in the future. AT&T CEO said that within 2 years, they expect all of their subscribers to have smartphones. So clearly, it's a large market. Young professionals, people who are either unemployed or self-employed are the main people who benefit because they likely don't have business cards. So again, anybody who has a smartphone and networks will benefit from this application. Overall trends, again, smartphone adoption getting faster, more and better data coverage, 4G is being rolled out. These are all the social paradigm. People are more accepting of giving information. So all these are going in our favor right now. The revenue streams for Feathr, we have two as of now. So the main one would be the freemium model, just like Dropbox, Evernote, LinkedIn. There's a free version, but for power users, even if they're a very small percentage, those power users will be willing to pay for greater functionality. And so by tapping into that, they've proven that the freemium model, even if it is 5% or less, is still a viable revenue stream. And then the second one is data analytics. We're going to have a lot of very valuable data, not just personal information, because we're not going to go out and sell your number to tell marketers, but information on interactions, so where and when you're interacting with who and how often. And that information is going to be very valuable to people who do market analysis. And so this is our strategy going forward. It's a little bit out of date once again, but it's private beta by the end of this month. It's going to push back about a week or so. Public beta by the end of next month, and then the full launch hopefully in April. And we're in the process of fundraising right now, as Valerie mentioned briefly, but pitching in front of a lot of angel investors and a couple of VCs. Our goal is to close, it's now actually $300K by the end of April, and then that will give us a runway of about 6 months used to expand the team, pay legal expenses, and lots more money. So, I know I talked fast, but I was trying to get through this quickly. Beta, feathr.com, please sign up, and that's my pitch. Thank you.